Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Dr. Cybersecurity. And today I have a very special guest all the way from India. Her name is Shilpa Roy. Shilpa, please introduce yourself and say hello.
Thank you, Dr. Cybersecurity, for having me on this show. I am Shilpa Roy. I belong from the land of blue rivers and red hills, that is from the northeastern state of Assam. So before introducing myself, I want to wish you a happy Rongali Bihu, happy Baisakhi, and happy Ramadan. And yeah, I'm a lawyer and a writer. I have been into debating, into anchoring, and presently I work in universalization of Women Helpline Scheme under Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. I always have been vocal about women and child rights, more specifically on child sexual abuse, because as girls, we are victims sometimes of child sexual abuse. And I feel children are the most vulnerable sections of society. They cannot stand up for themselves, they cannot fight against them. And moreover, they do not even know about good touch and bad touch. So I have always challenged my comfort zone. I have been a core introvert in my teenage days, and now I am challenging my comfort zone every day. Even today, I was like, I would be brutally honest, like I was nervous and excited at the same time. And still, I'm on your show, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to interact with you. So, yeah, that's about me.
That is wonderful. So I see some beautiful paintings on the other side. Are those your paintings?
Yeah. No, sir, it's a virtual background.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. So what do you want to talk about, Shilpa? What are some of your questions, topics that you want to talk about tonight?
Yeah. So, Dr. Cybersecurity, I want to rather throw light on the fact that over the years we attend education, we are more focused about getting good grades more than age. Our Indian education system, more specifically, is about marks oriented. I would I would say that. And over the years, I have done my master's in law with a specialization in criminology. I have worked hard to attain those degrees in education, but now I feel somewhere I feel at a loss, like how to implement those, how to share my knowledge, how to unleash the power of my mind to teach, lead people. And as I'm leading InfoSec Girls Assam, I'm the chapter lead of Assam. So I feel how to utilize that knowledge, how to utilize this knowledge in the cybersecurity domain. This is what I want to know.
Wonderful. This is a good start for you. So yes, you will feel nervous, but that's the beauty of this whole adventure. Greatness is already inside you, but you have to dare to bring it out. It takes dare, and it also takes practice. So I tell that to everybody. I'm a sincere believer that everybody already has the greatness inside them. That's basically the message of this book that I recently published. And the problem, as you mentioned, the educational system is designed to make everybody average, fit in, blend in. You don't want to outshine anybody. And that's kind of crazy because we are already born unique and individual. We have a special gift, but that gift is never nurtured. My recommendation, if you still haven't gone through this book, try to go through this book because it will give you the various ideas of how to build what is called a personal brand. See, the personal brand will make you globally famous. And the idea isn't that you're necessarily showing something new. You will probably share many things that are probably common knowledge, but you will be putting the Shilpa Roy wrapper around it. You see, because the way you will say it is unique. Many things that I say have been said by thousands of people, millions of people, but nobody is saying it the way I say it, right? Because we always impart our personality, our message, our passion, our experiences, and our stories into that message. So the key thing is you need to start digging deep inside you for stories and examples. And as you share and speak, do those stories, do 1-minute videos. This is a great start because we will have a 15-minute video out of this. Well, you could now do 1 to 2-minute videos about the things that you're interested in, right? And then as you read something, write reviews. If you ever read any good books, write a review of it. Do a blog on LinkedIn. You see, all these things are possible. This is what starts to build a brand, so that people will know you and they will start calling you to speak on topics. I was just talking with Angelina, who is an audience member today, and she just got invited to be a panel somewhere else. And I asked her, how did they know about you? She said, well, because I've been sharing all these videos and things like that she's been doing. And those are things that I coached her on. So therefore, because she's doing that, she's out there. And when you're out there, when you're bold, people will seek you out.
Definitely. Yeah, Dr. Cybersecurity, I have been a bibliophile. I read plenty of books, and it's quite, I will try to read your book, and I have listened the audio version of your cybersecurity leadership, and trust me, it's great. I will definitely, after this show ends, I'm definitely going to read this. And
right.
yeah.
So you can also read it. If you prefer the audiobooks, you can also do that. So
yeah, definitely.
Totally up to you. Yes. And then write a review. You see, write a review, blog on all that. You should see Bishaka is your friend. She already wrote a very nice blog review based upon her experience, right? But your experience is going to be different. You may take different interest in different things in there. And that is what is key. You see? And then as you do that, what happens? You start to get what is called cross-brand promotion. That is also a chapter in this book, because the moment you associate your brand, the Shilpa Roy brand, with other brands of people who are known, guess what? You start to get cross-brand promotion. It's automatic.
Yeah, Dr. Cybersecurity, now let me throw light on another factor, like we are often, we are conditioned into thinking like cybersecurity, for being a cybersecurity leadership, you have to be very savvy, you have to know the every technological aspects. But I'm a lawyer, there are legal aspects of cybersecurity also. People are very adamant into thinking like, you're a lawyer, what you're doing in the cybersecurity domain. You don't know, you're not an engineer, not a software engineer or a data scientist or whatever. What are you doing in the cybersecurity domain? So people are very adamant in thinking that. How to change that mentality, how to make them aware that cybersecurity is not about being technologically savvy.
Right. So this is another great opportunity. Because of your background and your interest and passion, you are the only person who could produce a video like that explaining what is the role of the legal profession within this cybersecurity realm. Because especially in the realm of privacy, for example, you got all these privacy laws. Who's going to make sure that the privacy laws are being followed and they're compliant, et cetera, et cetera. So again, you would be able to do that and then start with the definition. So if you've already read the cybersecurity leadership book, you can create that video where you talk about, this is what I learned. Cybersecurity is holistic. It has the people, policy, and all that. And in the policy realm is where the legal aspects come in. So create a nice 2-minute video. Don't make it very long, right? Because frequency is more important than length. So if you do, say, 10 2-minute videos, that'll be much more powerful than a single 10-minute video, right? And then release it 1 week at a time. This is my video of the week.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do this, definitely.
Yes, and use decent virtual backgrounds or something that creates a aura or a brand around you, right? I would probably put on your lawyer robe and do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That would attract people. That would attract people.
Right. You got to do it. That's your costume, right? You're a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah. So create all that aura and then create a background that will be appropriate for cybersecurity and the law and all of that. And then maybe there's the criminal element in there too. Do you ever get into, say, defending cyber criminals or prosecuting cyber criminals? Do you ever get into that? Because there is also that aspect comes into the law, right? Law enforcement.
Yeah, right.
Right? Fraud.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that into practicing law. I'm more specifically now in the women and child rights domain. And cybersecurity or safety, to be precise, is a key factor.
I see.
Due to the pandemic, women and child have been victims of cybercrime. They have been the soft targets of cyber criminals.
So yes, so again, that is your niche then. So again, another good thing that you've done is you've identified your mission, right? So that is your mission. So niche. And again, you become the biggest voice in the world in that space. I can guarantee you will be called in many, many major meetings. As your voice becomes stronger and well-known, you will be called in a lot of meetings and conferences to speak about that.
Yeah, more specifically, I want to make a mark of my native place, Assam, in the global forum. I want to encourage people, more specifically women. We are in a developing state. We are still developing. Our position of women in Assam is far better than the North Indian states. But still, they are not aware how to voice their opinion, how to come forward and be a part of the cybersecurity domain, be a part of safety, how to voice their opinion. They're not aware of it. Or more, even if they're aware, they don't get the opportunity. So I want to create that opportunity for them. I want to be the face. They know that, okay, she's doing that and we should also follow her. Or rather, I would try to mentor them.
The only caution that I would have is that this is something that I mention to any person that I mentor, is try not to be branded as a woman cybersecurity professional, because then you will start to become marginalized.
Right.
You see, there is no such thing as a woman cybersecurity professional. You are a cybersecurity professional, period. There's no gender, there's no race, there's nothing associated with cybersecurity professional. And then when you teach, my recommendation is you teach people of all genders, because leaders are supposed to teach everybody, right? So when you inspire, and I think that is key. Yes, you might have in the back of your head, you're trying to encourage and make sure there's better representation and all of that, but that should be much more subtle, not too obvious where you are marginalized and dismissed. It's very important.
Right. Okay.
Right? You want to be the best, say, whatever your passion is, cybersecurity professional in that space. There should be no other qualification, like a gender qualification or Assamese. Again, you don't want to be branded as she's the best Assamese, whatever.
No.
Why? No, you be the best in the world in whatever it is that you're doing. It's very simple. And you can do it.
Yeah, no, sir. I'm not saying about fitting in or bringing gender into the cybersecurity domain, not being gender specific. Good. I just want to make a mark of my state in the global forum. I just want to make a mark that, okay, she's doing something.
That is wonderful. No, you will definitely be able to do that. Yeah. What else?
Next, I would like to know about on public speaking. Often during my law school days, when I was into anchoring, into debating, whenever I come to the stage, I felt like running away from there. Even I was well prepared or something, I feel like running away when the light spots on my face or whatever. How to get out of the fear, how to be a master of public speaking.
Practice. It's just a matter of practice, because see, we have this natural fear of the unknown. And whenever we feel threatened, the body has a chemical reaction. Now,
Right.
the thing is that as your body gets used to doing it, then the body does not feel threatened anymore. So the only way to do it is just like maybe even driving a car or doing anything. Or I was afraid of flying once upon a time. Every time I would get up on an airplane, that was scary, but I got over it, right? Most people also are often afraid of driving the very first time. But over time, your brain, body, everything, you start to relax. Same thing with public speaking. That's why Toastmasters is very important. And this is something that I had even suggested Bishaka. So maybe you all can establish a Assam chapter or something. If something doesn't exist, establish one. That would be good for all the people that you're mentoring also,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Once you establish your club, there will be plenty of people. India is very, very thriving in this Toastmasters group. I know that for sure, because actually there was somebody from Assam or no, Sri Lanka, who is actually a member of one of the clubs here in the United States. And she actually won a championship very recently. So because everything is global now, online, even if you're a member of a club in Assam, you can actually join or compete in other clubs also.
Yeah,
So
that's the beauty of technology. Right.
yes, and I would recommend that you do that. Practice. That's the only way I got better. I joined Toastmasters in 1991. I was there from 91 to 94, and then I rejoined again in 2019. And I think I'm not going to give up anymore. I'm just having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I have seen the conversation with Vishaka, where you're throwing light on the fact that how to enjoy the things you're doing, how to have fun. And I have also read your website that you're into table tennis, into comedy and all. How do you keep a balance with your passion and also your this hobbies? How you keep a balance, sir?
I think the key is to make sure that you devote the time. So, for example, even right now at 4 o'clock, I stop everything and then we sit down with some family members and we play some cards and all that. And we do that until, say, dinner time. And then dinner is together. So you see, if you break up your day and take it like that, then it's very possible. And it's important, I think, to have multiple passions and interests because it helps. For example, the table tennis. My God, that was one of the things that actually kept my brain very sharp because table tennis is so fast moving. It give hand-eye coordination, movement, body, and not a lot of what do you call preparation needed, right? You can have it in the basement and all that. Tennis, on the other hand, you have to go outdoors, you have to worry about
Right.
the weather, not with table tennis, right? So
Right. Right.
I don't know what. So whatever people like, you got to do it. So I think that's the key to have balance and also not be exploited. So I also don't allow people to exploit me. So for example, there are people that work 12-hour, 16-hour days. I don't. I never did that. I used to, if a company is paying me for 40 hours, I'm not going to work 60 hours or 80 hours. That would be crazy. I'm going to work 40 hours and they're going to get 100% out of me. And in many cases, it's not the number of hours that you work, right? It's what you do in that time. Most people are not that productive even in the 40 hours. I could often finish something maybe in 10 hours that somebody might take 2 weeks. And that's because of focused time, fewer revisions, and things like that. Right? If you can do something right the first time, usually you will finish faster. So that was another thing. Again, is brain training. I think to me, I think it happened as a child because my sister used to force me to finish my studies before she would let me play. So I think that developed this habit of quickly finishing my studies so I could play.
That's quite inspiring. Yeah, often I've seen that when career and passion doesn't come on the same footing, it happens that people feel drained. They've studied something else and they're doing something else just for earning a living. It happens that they get drained with
Yeah.
time. They get drained with time.
Right. You must pursue your passion. So that is very important. And in some cases, your passion may not be in a field that you studied because the field may not exist. In my case, that was the case. Cybersecurity did not exist when I joined it, and I didn't know it was going to be called cybersecurity 20 years later. When I did it, I thought I was doing technology, IT, and all that, and I was basically automating organizations. Little did I know that the word cybersecurity would come about.
Yeah, it came about. So we are working on that. We are now in the cybersecurity domain. We are so passionate about leading the cybersecurity domain.
Yes. So anyway, what else? I mean, we are pretty much close to the end of our time. Do you have any other final questions or thoughts?
Yeah, I want to rather speak on that. I was seeing one of your video on cyber rapper, one of your students.
Ah,
She rap out of cybersecurity. It's quite interesting, I would say. Like when in our world's nightmare, we cannot think that cybersecurity will be a rap with rhythm and music and whatever.
right. So this is another thing that, remember, you have to bring all of yourself to the experience. So this is why I keep saying that think about an innovative way to do something. For example, this whole lawyer robe thing. Well, maybe that's not it. Maybe you can sing, maybe you can rap. I don't know. See, you have to figure out what are some of the things that you can wrap around your presentations that would make it so unique and so interesting that you will immediately become famous because you're the only one doing it. So Tomiko just happened to write a poem one day about cybersecurity. She's very good with writing poems. That's just her talent. I didn't know she had that. She wrote a poem and sent it to me. And then this whole conversation started. I said, okay, you've written this poem. Can you make a rap? She did. I said, can you put music? She did. I said, okay, now that you've done this, can you open a cybersecurity presentation with this rap? That's when she said, oh my God, Dr. Hasib, what will people think? I said, you will never become famous or great if you worry about what people think. You cannot worry about that. You have to be the leader. And you have to dare to bring your inner greatness out because only you can do this. So she practiced and she did it. And the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're it's all about being fearless and not caring about not seeking validation.
Absolutely. Pioneers and leaders are often the first people to do something. They're not like a herd of sheep. Nope.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
All right. So this was absolutely wonderful chatting with you, Shilpa. And then we will still have a networking portion and we can chat a little bit more at that portion. And at that time, the audience members can also join us. Thank you very much again, Shilpa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.